welcome or welcome back to my channel. As you may know, we just finished a video series where we checked out all 5 of Manhattan's observation decks, and the last deck that we went to was the Edge. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely be sure to check it out. You can click the link above and it'll take you right there. But in today's video, I'm actually excited to be bringing you back to the Edge, not to do the observation deck again, but instead to check out City Climb, which is another adventure that's offered by the same place. City Climb is an experience that brings you to the top of a skyscraper in Manhattan's Hudson Yards neighborhood. Wearing a jumpsuit, a helmet, and a harness, you scale the outside of the building until you reach the top outdoor platform where you can finally take a break and admire the view. The experience costs about $200 a person and lasts for 2 hours, which is a considerable amount of time and money. So my goal in this video is to show you exactly what the experience is like so you can decide if this is the right activity for you. So I had been wanting to do City Climb since I first found out about it when I moved to New York back in April. And I was thrilled when my friend Kendra said that she was also down for the adventure. So we got 2 tickets and then headed out on a Thursday evening after work. To get to City Climb, you need to enter through the Hudson Yards Mall and then head up to the 4th floor to find the entrance of the Edge. And then you'll be escorted through security very promptly, and then you'll go straight into a small room where you'll wait for the other participants to arrive. Once our full group had arrived, the instructor introduced himself, and then the very lengthy preparation process began. First, the instructor read through the rules of participating in the experience, and then each of us had to line up to step on a scale and get weighed to make sure we didn't weigh too much or too little to participate. And luckily the scale only says pass or no pass, and it doesn't actually show your weight, but I know it felt a little bit weird being weighed in front of so many people. Luckily everyone was cleared, and then we were able to get measured for our height to see what size harness was going to be best for each of us. By the way, if at any point during this video you find it to be useful or enjoyable, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button, and also subscribe to my channel. This really helps me out and allows me to create even more content for you in the future. The final test to make sure you're cleared for participation is getting breathalyzed. This was my first time being breathalyzed, so it was yet another new experience, and luckily I passed with flying colors, as did everyone else, and then we were able to head to the elevators and head up to the 100th floor. If you watched my last video, you already know that the 100th floor is also where the observation deck is. So when we got out of the elevator, we saw everyone admiring the views, and we even got a quick glimpse of the sunset. But unfortunately, we didn't have any more time to look out at the view because we were rushed into the equipment room, which is where the lockers are, where we stored our stuff, and also where we got our jumpsuits, helmets, and harnesses, and any other equipment that we needed. At this point, I had to stop recording because my phone was in the locker, but the group leader had a GoPro on his helmet, and so that is the footage that we will be looking at right now. And as you can see, by the time we finally got outside, it was already dark, and that's because the preparation process took, I want to say, 45 minutes to an hour. So just be aware that when you book the ticket, the time that's on the ticket is probably about 45 minutes before you're actually going to be up in the air and climbing. So the first part of the experience is climbing a ton of stairs, as you can see here. And so once we were all locked in with our harnesses and we were all lined up in single file, we were able to start ascending the stairs. And this was much more difficult than I had expected because the harnesses were locked into the railing really, really tightly, which is good, obviously, for safety. But as you take every step, you have to pull the harness along with you. And it was very, very heavy, and there were a lot of stairs. So this was surprisingly more physically strenuous than both Kendra and I had expected. After we finally made it up the stairs, we were on the ledge, which is kind of the main attraction. At least that's what I was most excited for. And this is where we learned how to lean. So we would lean forward and we would lean back. And as we leaned, we could see the observation deck a few stories directly below us. So once we finished learning how to do the leans, the instructor went through and took everyone's photos. And if you went with a friend, you could do group photos and you could do solo photos. So that was really cool. There's Kendra and me trying to figure out a cute pose to do. And then the instructor went through and took a group photo, and then it was pretty much time to head back down. So the total time that we spent on the platform was probably no more than 20 minutes. We went back down a different set of stairs and right back into the equipment room where we had left our stuff in the lockers. And then medals of completion were bestowed upon all of the participants. And at that point, we were free to go ahead and check out the observation deck on our own time and stay as long or as little as we wanted to. I'm not showing footage of the observation deck part because, again, I already did that in my last video, so be sure to check that out. But it was really beautiful and it was cool to be there at night. Overall, I was so glad that I got to do this experience and finally be able to check it off of my New York bucket list and my 2022 vision board. I felt completely safe and secure the entire time. You're moving at a pretty slow pace and the instructor is with you every step of the way. And it was actually less thrilling of an experience than I thought it would be for those reasons, and possibly also because the observation deck is directly below you, just a couple stories down. So there's no gut-wrenching feeling of looking down at your feet and seeing the city ground over 100 floors beneath you. So for those reasons, I actually think if you're someone like me who wants an activity that's going to get your heart racing and your blood pumping, this is probably not that experience for you. But I'm curious to know, let me know in the comments what you think about City Climb and if this is something that you would ever consider doing. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for even more videos to give you exploration inspiration. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!